EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Arizona Cardinals. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
Let's go now. Let's go, baby.
Right to the air. Here's Murray. To Connor on the check down. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. First carry for James Conner. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. First down, Murray. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. It'll be a gain of 5, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Fournette. Running right through him. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Brady going to throw. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Throwing on first down is Brady. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Brady to throw on 2nd down. Complete right side to Otton. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. So Brady departs, and on is Ryan Succop for the Buccaneer field goal. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Succop's kick is good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
It's one play at a time, baby.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pharaoh Cooper now going to bring it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They start the drive with Connor. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Murray. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Running left, it's Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Brady. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's White. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. He completes it to Evans. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's White. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now Brady. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Brady. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Murray now. And a little floater there is incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
On 1st down, Brady. And Brate, the tight end's got it.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
To throw, it's Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Evans.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Brady gives this to White. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Brady. And Brate has it over the middle.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
To throw is Brady.
Going across the formation, there's Otten with it.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
They give it off here to the tight end, and he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tom Brady scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
I'd have to say we're all a little bit surprised there because at his age, with his speed, or should I say lack thereof, the only rushing touchdowns I would expect are on quarterback sneaks. But here, he found all of his guys covered, and he said, why not? And by the way, if that doesn't fire up your team to see the veteran like that risking his body for the touchdown, I don't know what will.
What's the deal, y'all? Let's go, y'all. It's game time. Do your thing. Let's go. Let's go. Don't stop. It's about time.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, a run with Connor. Oh, good move. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, it's Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 41, Murray. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Murray going to throw. And it's caught. And he is out of bounds here. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second down and goal. Murray. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Flush to his right. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Fourth down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Prater's kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Let's do our thing. Right here, baby. Hey, what we got? Let's go, man. Show them what you got. Let's get some roll. Let's ride. Y'all got time. Let's go. Let's roll. Let's roll, baby.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Throwing now is Brady. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Succop's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal.
Not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Once again, we got to get it where you should go. Turn it up, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's rock and roll. I'm back to one, boys. Man. You call it. Let's go, baby. Let's be smart. Let's rock and roll, but they can't stop. Let's play. Let's play now, baby. Let's play. Let's roll.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. Now the Cardinals going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run straight ahead here with White. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. They find some open field here. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Well, I'd have to say in that situation, they're lined up for a running play. It's only 3rd and 2. Some element of the pass, but that was really well blocked.
Probably call those gravy plays, right, if you're the offensive coordinator?
No doubt about it. All you're trying to do is get the 2 yards necessary for a first down. Then you look up, you got a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, they did. They got a lot more than that, indeed. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. And down inside the 15 he goes. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
First down, here's White. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cade Otton from 10 yards out. And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point try now for Succop. And the lead is now 24.
Let's go, man. At a time, baby. It's showtime, baby. Let's go, let's go. Now that ball is back. It's a good one now. It's a good one. Come on, baby. Get low. Spread forward, bro. Let's go. Every day, let's do what we do every day.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And this will be swung out here for counter. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. So out come the Bucs now. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down, Brady. And a loose football. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. Defensively, well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Brady going to throw. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The football going back over to Arizona now. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. Multiple plays that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Murray. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, and certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
Throwing on first down is Murray. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on second down. Murray, screen pass to Connor. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort turned it into a successful play.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Murray from midfield. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 2nd and 15 now. Murray being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Towards the end zone for Brown. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. A handoff to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Another completion for Tom Brady, and I just know that in his New England days, he would fight to stay out there until the end, until that clock hit zeros. But here in Tampa Bay, I just wonder if they'll want him to come out of the game and hand him the baseball cap in recognition of a job well done in this one.
Here's a give to Fournette. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Miller on the catch over the middle. And the Buccaneers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack, and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Murray. And that is incomplete here.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Murray. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. Fournette, a first down carry. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
On 2nd and a couple, Brady. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Let's go, y'all. Let's ride. Playmaker, step up right now. Oh, let's get some fun. Let's get something going now. Let's focus in on what we got to do here. Let's go, man. Let's go, baby. This is the calm before the storm, baby. Once again, we got to get it done as a group. Leave it all out here. Leave it all out here. Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. On the return is Cooper from his end zone. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
And this Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point put through by Succop. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out now come the Cardinals. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Murray now to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Murray's throw complete there to Moore.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35. Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.